I have been making a 2D animation. It is a story on the majority of women's plight as they navigate the world and the challenges they face that result in cyclic generational trauma. The purpose is to highlight how women's body are a political tool in our current society, and it experiences a variety of changes, including those brought by puberty, sexual activity, menstruation, pregnancy or abortion, and abuse. It is my intention to highlight this journey in a creative and precise manner. The significance of the project to the field is that I hope my artistic efforts will help people to better understand women by bringing to light the problems that they face in relation to their own bodies, also to enable viewers expand their perspectives, share awareness, and uphold morality by helping them understand the role of women in the world. I intend to have this as a 1 minute animation. I proceeded to make a storyboard that was centered around a cat, which signifies the woman, and the stages of curiosity and uh, puberty and going into these changes after facing adversity. After deliberations and consultation, I came to find out that I was using a metaphor on top of a metaphor. Therefore, my message was not coming across. So I had to rethink my whole project and how I was going to relay this same message in a more precise manner. In week 4 and 5, I concentrated on looking at the arc of a character, and I also had to remind myself why I was making the animation, which is to highlight the ups and downs that women go through, as it is important to bring out the cost of being female, to encourage and educate. When I figured out my main thing, I also uh, started thinking that it seems like women walk a very thin line, like everything is has to be perfect, and if you go this way it changes, and I wanted to highlight that, and it made me think of a circus and how uh, one could walk on a tightrope. When I started thinking of that analogy or metaphor, I decided to start looking for research, and I found I found these images that was so beautifully done for the New Yorker magazine, and um, they all had reference to a circus, and it inspired me to continue creating because I realized that the imagination I have in my mind exists in another person's and that it's doable. So I started creating the character. When I started creating this character, I had this girl that was starting to put on makeup, and um, I realized that the detail that I had was too much, and it wasn't going with the style that I envisioned. So I decided to rethink again how I wanted the character to look. And I ended up with this character. However, something just didn't sit right. It felt like it was a little like too boxy, like she'd been put in a box. And I understand that that is how like a majority of women's lives like revolve around being in a certain box. However, I didn't want this character to have that personality trait. So I went and looked up characters that I envisioned my character to look like, and I gained inspiration from Soul, which is a Pixar movie, and I really like the shape of the characters, where it's just this soft sculptural type of shape, and you know what it is. You don't need so much to identify if it's male or female. Or so I ended up landing on this character, and I did make her body like like somewhat like the Soul characters. And I decided to make the animatic. The story begins with a circus, and people are going in, and we have this girl who is supposed to do this act, and she starts to climb up the stairs. And as she's going, she gets juggling balls, and she juggles, and she's happy that she knows how to juggle. Then she gets this trapeze, and she does it well and transforms into a woman. And as she's going, she gets attacked by these hands that come from a trapeze, and we see the uh, how they treat the woman, and she falls and she's pregnant, and then she is revealed to a child waiting for her, and the child starts exercising, stretching, and they return back, and the film goes in this cyclic um, m- state. The reason I did it like that was I did want to bring out the cyclic generational trauma that is passed from one woman to another. And I also found it important to have it in that nature, because trauma is endless until someone decides to make it stop. So, but the story is not about that. It's about the pain that women go through in this life. So, it is important that I did it like that. I was happy with how it came out, and I will continue to fine tune the story, um, especially when the falls happen. I wanted it to depict that she's being mishandled each each way she turns, and feel the pain of women who are either raped and have to keep the child of the perpetrator, and also single mothers who are just discarded, by their partners. So I did want to show that push and pull dynamic within the world to bring out that message. This is my production schedule, which I will adhere to, and I will continue to consult and get the best outcome for this project. Thank you.